Hello everybody! My name is Toni Spruce and welcome back to my single player Let's Play series. If you watched last episode, you know that I promised a very special build project. And we're gonna do that build project today. But before we can start, we have a little bit of material gathering to do. Of course we found that beautiful geode last time, and the blocks found there may or may not be a very important part of that build project. And since we also have now let's call it an half-decent pickaxe, that would be the perfect time to head down there and gather it all up. So, see you there! But first things first. We found that beautiful chunk of diamonds last time, and since we now have Fortune 2, I think we should finally mine them and get a few more diamond tools to help us with our build. So there are 6 diamond ores in total, and we have Fortune 2, so how many diamonds will we get out of there? Put your guesses in the comments down below. Right now, no cheating, and we will see how close you can get. Okay, 1 for the first one. That's not a good start. Okay, 2. Another 1. 2. 3. 10. So we got 10 diamonds out of that. Well, that's okay. So, now I went to get a couple more levels, and let's see what the enchantment table has to offer, shall we? What I definitely would want is a silk touch pickaxe, so I think we make another one. A sword. Looting would be awesome, also sweeping edge. And then we don't have much stuff left. Maybe don't do an axe right away, but rather go with boots and a shovel. So with all that stuff in a hotbar, let's see. Unbreaking 3, okay. Is decent. Knockback, no, that's horrible. Also unbreaking 3. That's sharpness, okay. And we have only 3 level 30 enchantments for the 4 tools and armor pieces, so let's go with the boots first. Oh, protection, depth, strider, unbreaking. That's awesome actually. A Fortune 3 shovel. Okay. Sweep and edge. That's perfect. We will do that. Knockback 2, Bane of Arthropods 4 and Sweep and Edge? That sounded so good at first, but that's horrible. Well, maybe I should make a spider farm eventually. And now it's rainy. Of course it is. Okay, what has a pickaxe? Efficiency 4. Let's go with a pickaxe. So what would be a book? Multi-shot. Yeah, let's go with efficiency. Just that. Fine. Oh dear. Okay, at least a decent shovel, I suppose. What would be the next book? Sharpness again. Which wouldn't be bad, of course. Okay, let's see what we've got. I can store that pickaxe away since it's not useful at the moment. Oh, infinity would also be great. I think that's probably my next level 30 enchantment. Okay. But let's see. We have that interesting sword. We have the diamond pickaxe, decent shovel and a good pair of boots. Yeah, I think we can work with that. Okay, but then let's finally head back to gather all that amethyst and calcite, which I'm going to need. So, we should be of course really careful here, since we don't want to destroy any of those butts. Okay, already nearly 3 stacks of amethyst shards. But now let's start actually mining the whole thing top down. So now I mined a bunch of all that stuff from the geode. It's not even all of that. There's still more calcite and amethyst blocks, and of course smooth basalt that I didn't even touch. but that should be more than enough for now. Now finally to our build project. Sheesh, they are everywhere. I really need to get that infinity bow, don't I? Okay. I've actually prepared a little bit here and terraformed that little hill. And we will put a tower on top of it. A little observation tower, or tower of navigation, I will call it. You will see the features it will have. There will be different rooms with different things, all related to navigate in our world. The terraforming is not final here, it's just I had to raise up the hill so that I could see the exact location I want it to be. But I'm pretty sure when the main build is done I will do a lot more of terraforming here, blend it all in, connect it up with a path and all that stuff. So let me get prepared, collect all the resources up, and then we will start with a time lapse. Shall we? Let's do that. And now after a lot of building, we're done. Here's the finished tower. I actually did not design it on the go. I figured out how I want things to go in a creative world beforehand. Since you know, Minecraft is pretty good if you want to build boxy things, square houses. But these round shapes I find are always kind of a challenge. Especially if you have different thicknesses and you want them to flow together in a nice way. But as it stands right here, I think I'm pretty happy with it. It turned out quite great. What do you think? And if you want this tower in your own world, there will be a little tutorial coming in the next few days, so keep an eye out for that. And if you're watching this from the future and I have already uploaded the tutorial, I will put a card on the screen and put a link somewhere down there in the description or in a comment. But the tower isn't completely done yet. I've done all the outsides, but there's no interior. Excuse me? Rudely interrupting me. Where was I? Yes. There's no interior, so how about we're gonna do this right now. First of all, I've actually added a little basement to it. It's nothing really exciting, just a room. I maybe plan to use it as a storage room, so we'll see what we can do with that later. But for now, for the upper floors. So I regard this tower to be a navigation tower. So I want to have everything related to that helps me get around in this world. And one very important thing I've heard would be these strange obsidian rectangles people place in their worlds. You know, something like that. I don't know what it does, but apparently it does something. And to make it a little bit more pretty, I think we're gonna put some trapdoors behind it. That's gonna be awkward. And some trapdoors in front. Perfect, and maybe someday that actually will make sense. Let's put a cartography table here. And I think that's perfect. So, let's go up. This floor is of course very important for defense. We have these crenellations here, and we can look down, shoot down. It's perfect. So I think we might need equipment here. So why not put a few armor stands and barrels? Maybe it would be good to have the armor stands quite here. And I will put eventually armor we get from the zombie grinder to not have to waste any resources. And a few barrels. Maybe even another lantern here. Perfect. Now as we continue up there, I had the idea of maybe have, you know, guest rooms in here. I mean, it's a single player let's play world. So be honest, there probably will never be any guests here, but still I like the idea. So let's put a chest here, maybe a crafting table and a little table. We could also add a flower pot, maybe candles if we have bees eventually. That would be perfect. And exactly the same, but just a different color in the upper floor. Now here's an observation deck. I might also put a few barrels down here. I have actually not too many ideas what we could put in here, but I think that will evolve over time. And now we come to the most important floor, the roof chamber. And first of all, I think we need some proper lighting in here. So why not have a chandelier hanging from the roof? So let's see, how far down do I want that to be? I think that's the right spot. Yeah, and then make a cross shape, add a few more chains. And that will make a great chandelier, if I do say so myself. I mean, for the size we have to work with, I think that's awesome. So the main purpose of this room up here will be to have a 3x3 map. So we need a little table. I will put a jack-o'-lantern in the middle for a little bit of light and build the table all around it with some stairs and trapdoors. Dark oak. And when we will put the map, nope, here, you won't see the pumpkin, so that's awesome. So and maybe while we're on it, put a little bench, then have a little seating table, another cartography table, maybe here actually. Maybe we could put a few more stairs in it. That could look good. And though that will be no awkward to place. But I think, yeah, that could work. And a few more barrels down here, since we need always somewhere to put things. So that's perfect. Let's maybe add a few bushes to the side to make it a little bit more decorated. And add a few flower pots here and there. And we try to get rid of all these torches, which is a little bit difficult at the moment, but I think that should work out. Maybe something like that should make it spawn proof. And I thought here it would be very important to have maybe a little bit higher. So let's remove that one. The spyglass always at hand. Perfect. Let's go and add flower pots also here. I also tried to at least put a few barrels and chests in here to make it somewhat decorated. And we might even could use it eventually. We'll see. I also changed the position of the trapdoor. I think it works out much better there. Armor stands. They improve every scene. It's such a lucky thing that we found the geode, because I was planning the tower for quite some time now and I didn't know we would have access to these great materials like calcite and amethyst blocks. And I was planning with wool for the walls, but to be honest, calcite works much better and the amethyst is just a very awesome accent color for the roof. So I'm very happy about that. And with that it stands out a little bit from our other base, which is pretty plain color wise, but it's not too colorful either. So it's just the right amount of color. I may have to think about the roof a little bit because it's not spawn proof and things could definitely fall on my head, which is not too great. But for now, I think it's awesome. Also the height worked out great and we have visitors, don't we? Okay, let's go to sleep first, before we deal with them. I mean, I would say we could try out our tower, but we don't have many arrows, so we cannot just go up there and shoot down. So, oh. Okay, maybe knockback isn't that bad after all. Why are you down there? Can I help you? Can I show you around? Thank you, bye! And now I need to find a cow. Much better. And from here, we can plan our future expeditions. What do you think? I think that'll be great. Right? Right. But I think with that, we're at the end of today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I enjoyed recording it, and why not leave me a like if you did, or leave any ideas or feedback down in the comments below, and subscribe to see more. Thank you all so much, have a good time, and see you next time. Bye!